What's up, everybody? What's happening? Maury's Music here. We got another edition of virtual tour of our Blueridge and Martin guitars. I want to say hi to everybody here. David, Chris, Fog is here. Jim says it's hot and muggy in Vermont. Happy hump day to all you guys. Jim says hello. Fog says, please don't tempt me with a D28 Sunburst of any sort. Well, how about I just give you a D41 Sunburst and we'll call it even. And I really like the fact that David's coming out of the gate asking for requests. We do have the opportunity to show you the D18 with narrow nut custom. That is the D size D style 18. If you're not Guitar Center, you can't just call it a D18 special. So we're gonna make it a big long messy word. But my name is Maury with Maury's Music. I'm so glad to be here. So glad you're being here. It's gonna be a good show. It's a nice, comfortable 70 degrees in this room. It's about 91 outside. Gonna get hotter and hotter, and it's gonna be so hot in Nazareth this weekend. Raise your hand in the chat if you're going to be at NazFest or Martin Fest as they call it. With me, it's going to be sweaty, it's going to be hot and sticky, and we're going to love every second of it. It's going to be so much fun. It's all I can think about, but I'm going to try to put that aside for about an hour or so. I'll put it aside for 1 hour today, and I'll put it aside for 1 hour tomorrow on Martin versus Martin. But aside from those 2 hours, that's just where my brain is. So I hope you'll join us if you're in the Northeast Pennsylvania, Lehigh Valley area, even if you're not a member of the forum or you're not really knowing, if you just found out about it just now by me saying it, stop by the Borough Park Pavilion Friday and Sunday. And Martin on Main is a public block party downtown Nazareth all day Saturday, so you don't even have to be associated in any way with guitars or the forum or us. Just come say hi. It's going to be a great time. Lots of chat passing through. El McMean, speaking of NazFest, El McMean's here. Rosanna, good evening, Maury, everyone in the chat. Where are you typing that from, Rosanna? I'm dying to know if you're near yet or if you're still at home. Jim Adams is another NazFester, 90 degrees in sunny SoCal. Maury, do you have the fire and ice for the second half? I can't remember if I sent that to your hotel room in Nazareth or if it's still in this store. I'll take a look. It might still be here. Marty Flynn still enjoying his HD28V, courtesy of us. Thank you, Marty. A little Penn State action going on there. And, well, let's start. One of these days it'll be Ask Me Anything and I'll just talk the whole time, but probably not. Let's do the show. Let's listen to some great guitars. 98 degrees where Fog is. Yow! Leaving home soon, says Rosanna. Be safe. Safe travels to you both. Jim wants to know, are we going to do any live broadcasts from NazFest? Probably. I think I will do more video capture and put it up a couple hours late and not a ton of live stuff, only because you have to picture this. It's a weekend full of a lot of people playing guitar, and some of those players might not want to be filmed. And I try to go into the room and say, hey, do you mind if I record this? But if it's going to be a video, I can always record first, ask for forgiveness later, or just say, hey, I just got that on tape. Do you mind if I keep it? And some people are shy, and I'll just, delete it from the camera. So I might do some live stuff, but not as much as prepared video. But who knows? I don't know. That's so many days away. I'm not sure. But let's start the program. I'll show you live stuff right now. D41 Sunburst. I think I had the white balance a little bit incorrect here. These pictures you're seeing are a little bit orange. It's more accurate to say that the guitar, it's the same guitar that I'm playing for you and holding in my lap. The serial number is 469. Please, the back looks pretty close in tint, but when you're looking at both pictures, the real way this guitar is supposed to look is this nice red. So sorry about that. We're going to start with a Jackson Browne tune that I'm going to play with Lee in 3 or 4 days. At least I want to. Don't tell me you're recording me. I do a lot of that too. Oh, 78. That's light jacket weather in Oregon. What's up, Don Howard? 90. Lutz says hello, everyone in the chat. Curious about the dreads tonight. I'm biased. The D35 is the favorite guitar I would like to own. Let me know if we don't change your mind. But that's not a bad choice. More D41 Sunburst. What's up there, Tom? We'll see you in a couple days, I suspect. Thank you very much, Chris. That's the D41 Sunburst. How are we going to top that? And by topping that, don't forget today's theme, which Rosewood Martin Dreadnought is the best. We're going to compare the D41 Sunburst to the D35 to the HD28 Amber to the HD35. Let us know in the comments or the chat, whether you're watching this in real time or from the future, which Martin Rosewood Dreadnought is the best. Of course, it's subjective, so you guys all get to answer, and there are no wrong answers here at Maury's Music. Not today on Virtual Tour episode 166. How long has this D35 been here? Well, look at the picture. How many people remember? Boy, I'd love to know. That's a good trivia question. How long ago was it when we compared 4 D35s back to back to back to back? This was 013. We we had so many D35s, we couldn't simply do the no tape, one tape, two tape. We had to number the tape. So 013, this guitar is an elder statesman here at Maury's Music. And I'm going to go ahead and guess the serial number ends in, wait for it, 013. Shut up, David. I can't help it if when I say Rosewood, it comes out louder. What's up, America? Let's begin the D35. Right, D35. Does Martin use Madagascar rosewood anymore? Wants to know America First. They might have some custom shop guitars in the pipeline that they're going to use it for, but they no longer offer it to us and to you. So you might see a Madagascar model come down the pike, but for you to call up your dealer and want to do a custom shop of your own, they don't have enough to go around for that. So the sad news is no. Wow, last September was that D35 show. Yo. Tom Maury got me hooked on classical a couple weeks ago. That's by showing a guitar, not by playing or teaching. Make that distinction. And Jim says, Matt at Eddie's demo to 1936 D45 Authentic, totally awesome. I saw that video, and I had to pick my jaw off the floor. First of all, that cat can play, and that guitar sounded amazing. I totally agree. Big sound there. All right, that's the D35. So now we've compared D41 to D35. Let's go into the amber tone territory. Amber territory. Amber. It sounded so funny in my brain. HD28 amber tone. No time for jokes. We'll do a little Colorado capo here. I do hope to see the Colorado capo team at Martin Fest. 275 is the ending serial number here. This guitar, these colors look pretty accurate, if not a little bit bright. So here the D41 Sunburst, to recap, was forward shifted scallop bracing, 1/4 inch, or I should say 5/16. The D35 is forward shifted 1/4 inch bracing, not scalloped. And now the HD28 is forward shifted 5/16 scallop, same as the 41 burst. So we're going to trade pearl for herringbone, sunburst for amber tone, and add a capo. Mark's guitar. I have two Martins, a D Junior 10E, which I recently had autographed by Les Taylor. Legendary Group Exile. Love my HE35 too. Very cool. Thomas Moore hopes D45 is coming to NASFest. Your wish has been granted. It's not getting passed around like some other guitars, but it will be there somewhere. Might be by appointment. I think I'm gonna let Lee play it all weekend. Yeah, right. Okay, 5 words or less, somebody remind me what Jura is and how to say it. And where to find it this weekend. The Jura is still out. There you go. Thank you, Tim and Tom, but I will take Chris's answer. Something ladies get when their guy does something they need to be forgiven for. And Tom wants to know, is that HD28 way different from my 93? I want to let the people in the chat answer in detail, but more or less, yes, this is more like an HD28V because this has the forward shifted scallop bracing from the HD28V from the mid-90s. Back in the early 90s, the HD28 had scallop bracing, but not forward shifted. So, of course, the sound isn't radically different, but this isn't the same guitar for sure. So that's the HD28 Amber, aka Mark's guitar. If you're going to buy it, buy two of them so you can give him one of them. And HD35 is going to round out the first segment of Guitar Store Virtual Tour, episode 166. The instrument I'm playing here has a serial number that ends in 138. I say that because when you go to the HD35 product on maurysmusic.com, click the Images tab and you'll see actual pictures because actual pictures are on the Images tab. Maybe I'll bring a couple of those mugs to Martin Fest, if I remember. Alright, so far the D41 is the winner for Pete. Why do you think I get so much joy? I can't wait to harass you in real life, Lee. HD35, and don't forget, we have room for a couple more. I did answer Phil, our friend Phil, a few days ago on YouTube. We talked about the BR60T. I thought I was going to show that today, and it's right there, but I made a mistake. It's not the tuning that I thought it would be in, so I can't play anything on it. So it's here, and I could show it to you by like going like that, but I can't really demo it yet. So we have room, because I already got a request for the 01228 Modern Deluxe. I think David asked for a D18 custom. Please, I'm going to get all Sarah McLaughlin on you. Please, would you please help us pick two more guitars for the second set? Don't wait till this segment's over. It's just harder to get. So I'll do some HD35 and you'll do some good old-fashioned requesting. Be all set. How's that? Oh yes, Tim, the neck is definitely different on the V. Alright guys, a little more left on the HD35 and we're into the second segment. And I want to let you know, in case you got any alert or saw any activity on Facebook or YouTube, right before this stream started, I realized I duplicated by mistake one of the events. So I tried to click on delete this event, and I accidentally deleted the event called Martin versus Martin tomorrow. So it is not really deleted. That was a mistake on my part, and I'm going to introduce that after this show is over. So Martin versus Martin is, in fact, happening tomorrow night at 6, me and my buddy Marshall. It was not deleted on purpose, and the event is not deleted in real life. We are going to do it. So if you saw anything by Facebook that might have said, hey, that concert's not happening, it's not true. Fake news. Alright guys, I'll be right back after I go get 4 guitars, a bunch of Jura, and I'm going to leave you with some Spoon Phillips music in the meantime. Don't go anywhere. The best part of the show is right after these messages. Hey guys, we're back, and Martins and More with Spoon Phillips is back every Monday on YouTube and all the popular podcast platforms. This past Monday, we talked about a very sensitive and very recurring subject on YouTube. What if Guitar Center really does close? It's been coming and coming and coming for, really for years, especially for months. If this really is the end, what will it mean to Martin? What will it mean to Martin's dealer network? What will it mean to you and me? Let us know what you think of that podcast. It's not a joke and it's not clickbait. It really is like, what if that really happens? Where do all those guitars go and more? So check it out Mondays, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you don't want to listen to the whole thing, start it. And when you're driving towards NASFest, and if you get out of your car and you're not done, just find him and say, hey, how does that one end? And he'll tell you. We're going to actually record an episode there. So he'll tell you all he can tell you. That's Spoon Phillips. And that's a fun show. So thank you to all you people who are making that a success. It really is a lot of fun. If I ever retire from this job, I want to sell that podcast and do that once a week. And that would be my 4 hours of manual labor. But we do have some good stuff to show you. And I did miss some good chat for sure. Yeah, I'm seeing like the second half of some comments. So I don't want to answer any questions I didn't see the beginning of. But if I missed anything important, please let me know. Please ask it again. And if I don't get to it, please do email it to support@maurysmusic.com. So, starting off, we got an email request during the week for the single 012-28 Modern Deluxe. This guitar took forever to get here. And I'm going to publicly hope it doesn't take forever to get out of here. I thought as soon as it came in, it would go out. And it's still here, so it's really interesting. It's the 012, a 12-fret version, little peanut guitar of the Modern Deluxe series that's just been enormously successful. And I really will go on record to say that I think every standard series guitar that has a Modern Deluxe counterpart, I have been feeling like the Modern Deluxe version of it is better. That's just my opinion, but really good stuff. Play a little bit for you. The serial number here ends in 176. And welcome back to the show. Tom wants to know, hope Martin has their new models available to play at the factory. I think they might. If I remember correctly, I think more often than not when Martin Fest happens, I think they do put a bunch of good stuff in the lobby. Fogg got addicted to guitars by the D18 Modern Deluxe. I hope you'd be honest and tell us you got addicted way before the Modern Deluxe series came around. But yeah, that guitar is really hard to beat. And we all know what Marshall's 000 18 Modern Deluxe sounds like. Got a request for some Warren Zevon, says Jim Adams. All right, here we go with another fun request. 00028 Brooke Ligertwood, or is it Ligertwood? Brooke L, I'm going to call it. This is a real interesting guitar. I think it draws on some inspiration from her personal Paul Simon guitar and Clapton guitar, so it's got some unique features that aren't on any other guitar. And it really, it's got a torrefied top. You have to look up the specs. I don't see this one that often to memorize it. It's been on Mystery Guitar a couple times, but this guitar, it's got some features that you really, if you really look at it, this should cost a lot more. And I think if you spec'd it out and put it in a different series, it would. The serial number here ends in 552. Somebody ripped the tag. Brooke Ligertwood. I think that's how you say it. Sorry, Tom, forgot to show you this. Ooh, really, really straight. Really pretty even. Little tiny bit of bear claw-ishness going here. It's hard to make my finger go backwards in the camera, but yeah, this is, I believe that's one of the more straight, pristine backs I've seen on a Rosewood guitar in a long time. 00028 Brooke Ligertwood. I'm going to say it all the different ways, and I'll edit it later, so I just say it right the first time. But it's a really unique instrument, and I don't think they made all that many of these. We only got one, and we thought about ordering more, but we try to keep an eye on the market to see who's asking for this, and it sort of got this big announcement that I don't think got a lot of traction. So let us know what you think of the 00028 BL. Next up, we're going to go into, oh, did I strum this yet? Nope. There's me worried about showing you the back. And I forgot all about my Warren Zevon. Sorry, Tom, or whoever said for it. This or a horse? I mean, how many times you hear that every day? All right. Now the guitar, I should have played that on, but I couldn't wait. D18 custom with a narrow nut. This is a instrument that has a serial number ends in 279. This guitar, in every other respect, is a D18 from the reimagined and on. It's the modern version of a D18 with the only differences being the narrow nut width and the string spacing that goes with it. So somebody asked me on the phone a few days ago, can you get it with the narrow nut and the high performance taper? And the answer is no, because the high performance taper tapers from a wide nut back down to a reasonably narrow string spacing. So you have to get the standard taper when you get this guitar, but this has every other great feature of the extremely popular D18 post 2012, I believe, is when this got reimagined. So this guitar, if you like the D18 but all you want to do is have a narrow nut and a narrow string spacing, this is the guitar you need. Draw blood. I'm going to draw blood all weekend, Fog. Thank you. So this guitar, it's really nothing better than a D18, but that's by design. We didn't want to take our customs. We don't usually like to change the recipe too badly. I know a lot of dealers do very well taking a standard series staple, changing the nut width, and like 5 other things. That's not what we like to do. So we know the D18 is just right, and we're just making it a little bit easier to grasp if we can. What's up, Ray Agnew? Long time no see. My son, who has become a fabulous player, far outpacing his dad, a lot of people say that about their kids, has the 41 Special from back in 2005. Thank you very much, Ray. I'm glad that's still in circulation. It's really cool to hear stories about people buying from us. Well, I'm showing my age, but all those many years ago, and those guitars are still where they belong. Thank you very much, Ray. Ray, are you going to NASFest? Please let us know. Or I should say, is your son going? Here's the D18. Roslyn. I love mahogany. That tune's for Andrew upstairs, by the way, listening in. I think he listens to the second part of the show. I'm not that sure. Maybe once he gives me the downstairs guitars, he's, we put it this way, he's probably listening to that song somewhere, but I don't know if he heard it from me. So let's finish this show with a bang. I'm going to be really excited to be at NASFest this weekend, but maybe the next best thing is to play a guitar like this here at Maury's Music. We have a request for, I can't reach my drum roll, that's hard to say, but I would put a drum roll for this if I had it ready. D45 Fire and Ice, serial number 513. Have you seen this thing? This guitar, I don't know what I could really say except just get out of the way and let you look at it, let you hear it. This instrument is extremely valuable, extremely collectible. I think it's one of the last ones available. And I was almost, I'll pull back the curtain. I was almost going to bring it to NASFest just to blow someone's mind. And I mean, it's probably not the place to bring something like this, but in other ways it kind of is. You're going to see a lot of guitars that you'd be like, you brought that here? And a lot of people bring some really, really crazy expensive vintage pieces, so I shouldn't even act like that, but I'm not sure I'm ready to show this off down there, but just next best thing might be played a little bit here for you. And Tim's asking me, did you, you're welcome, Lee, did you change string? I did not. I got so busy, and I kept thinking I have so much time to do, and so much so that I think I'm going to play a slightly brighter pick so as to not ruin the entire experience. Hopefully you can't see how dirty these strings are. Rosalind says she'd call it Excalibur. That was another model that we sold earlier, that part of this same thing. Brinks truck. They'd make an Ocean's 13 style movie about who robbed NASFest, probably. Anyway, do a tune that I'm gonna play with both Tony Phillips and Spoon Phillips. So I should practice this. Where's this slow show went till 6 o'clock sometimes. Now remember, the theme of this show is which is the best Rosewood Martin Dreadnought, and we asked you to choose between the HD35, the D35, the HD28, and the HD28 Sunburst, or was D41 Sunburst. Did you think you were going to see this, and now that you have, does this go up against them in any healthy way? Is it no contest, or frankly, and kidding aside, how do you think the beginning of the show measured up to this as far as telling people that I watched Maury's program, I'm looking for a Rosewood Dreadnought, and I think this one is better than the others? We had a really great beginning. I thought the first 4 guitars really stood their ground. Of course, this is in a different league, but a lot of it is because of cosmetics. Let us know what you're thinking in brutal honesty. D41 Sunburst, HD28 Amber, HD35, D35. Do they have a chance against the D45 Fire and Ice? Do you think we should bring all 5 of these guitars to the hotel? Let us know in the comments. I'm going to have so much fun meeting some of you guys for the first time. I'm going to have just as much fun get together with you guys for old friends alike. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you have any opportunity to get yourself to the Martin Fest this year, please go do it. It's going to be downtown Nazareth, Saturday afternoon, all day long. And then at the Borough Park, we get together on Friday afternoon and all day Sunday at the large pavilion. So check it out. Tell a friend about this show. Let me know which guitar was your favorite, even if it wasn't one of the Rosewood Dreadnoughts. Maybe that little Brooke did it for you, and let us know what you think of that one. I want to thank you guys so much for all your support. Don't forget, tomorrow night is happening, 6 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Martin versus Martin. Maury and Marshall play their Martin guitars and some of your reasonable requests. It all happens tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'm going to put it together right after I end this show. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night.